Yo, what's up guys, I'm MezLookV, and today I'll be reviewing the all-new Hammond collection Troodon figure. Alright, so I'm just gonna state the obvious. This is probably one of the most controversial Hammond collection figures to ever release in this line. And honestly, it's no surprise. So before we get into the figure, looking at the packaging, as you can see, it has the Hammond collection Troodon. Of course, this is part of the all-new True FX line, which is kind of strange because this isn't a movie figure, this is a video game figure, so I don't know why it's True FX, but whatever. See over here, you got the totally original Troodon render from Jurassic Park the game. Totally not a JP3 Troodon that has Troodon. Totally not a JP3 Velociraptor that has been photoshopped very poorly with questionable AI usage to make what resembles a Troodon from Jurassic Park the game, I guess. So this is what gets me. Obviously this is a mix between the Troodon from Jurassic Park the game and Jurassic World Evolution or whatever. But like, the thing though is that Universal owns the rights to the designs, not the video game companies. In fact, we've actually seen this before, where other games will use the models and designs from previous games. They're allowed to do that because Universal is the one that's distributing the designs, not the video game companies that make the designs or whatever. So what gets me is the fact that they didn't use the Jurassic Park the game Troodon when they had all the rights to. Heck, for the app that Mattel uses, they literally used the Ludia design, so I don't get why, even looking at the background, it almost looks like a Jurassic Park the game background actually. The more you look at it, the more it looks like that. I could be wrong, but I just find it strange. Clearly this is supposed to be the Jurassic Park the game Troodon, but yet it's like they, despite the fact that they have the rights to use the design, they try to avoid it for whatever reason, and that's why this figure is so controversial. It's because of just how weird it is. Alright, but enough rambling on about that. As you can see, of course, you got the blue background for the new True FX era of this line. Of course, you got Hammond collection, Troodon, got a very interesting render there. Of course, it continues on for the side, and then you got Hammond collection logo. On the back, of course, you got Jurassic World Hammond collection. Then you got Troodon, with, interestingly enough, you got some text here, which describes the Troodon. There we go. Which describes the Troodon from Jurassic Park the game, by the way. It says, Troodons are small carnivorous dinosaurs with big eyes, sharp teeth, and a poisonous bite. Technically, it should be venomous, but whatever. After releasing their venom, oh, there we go. Troodons use their speed to take down much larger prey. So, clearly this is the Jurassic Park the game Troodon, but yet they don't use it. Why? This doesn't make sense. But overall though, not bad. They got the Jurassic World logo, should be Jurassic Park, and then you got some digital renders of the Troodon figure, and on the other side you got a photoshopped image with a background of the Troodon render that they made with the same exact text. But overall though, that's it for the packaging. Let's get in to the figure. Alright, so looking at the figure, as you can see, the sculpt is just, it's interesting to say for least. Something that really gets me about this guy though is just how tall they made it. The Troodon, not only in Jurassic Park the game, but in Jurassic World Evolution, basically every iteration of Troodon in the Jurassic Park franchise is obviously short. It's about, the most it goes up to is the human's waist, right? But yet this thing, if I pose it, if I stand it normally, right? There we go, just stand it normally. This thing is taller than a Velociraptor. How, like, I don't understand. This thing is literally, look at this thing, it literally towered over a Velociraptor. Mind you, this guy, it's supposed to come up to a human's waist at most. It's so tall, I don't get why they made it so tall. But overall, looking at, of course, the sculpt, it's not very too accurate to Jurassic Park the game, of course, but the eyes, it seems as if they wanted to paint the eyes, but then they stopped, so I don't know what's going on there, that's weird. But of course you also got, the eyes are all white, but then you got a white painted on pupil, and then you got a black pupil at the back of the eye, so it has two pupils for some reason, but then they made the eye resin a cloudy colors to hide it, but I don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of weird, not gonna lie. Looking on the other side, exact same thing. Looking at the quills too, interestingly enough, they're actually a separate piece, so they have a separate base pigment to make them look a little bit greener. Looking on the inside of the mouth, as you can see, the inside of the mouth is actually a separate piece than the outside, which is nice because it gives it a base red pigment, but yet the teeth are not, so they are painted. Looking down the neck, you got some dark spotty paint that goes along it, and then you also got some orange dry brushing starting at the base of the neck. Unfortunately, despite the fact that the neck is very long and the Troodon in Jurassic Park the game has their neck kind of curved at a U shape, unfortunately there is no wire inside the neck. I know a lot of people thought there would be a wire, but there is not, so it is just straight across. Looking at the body, as you can see, the orange airbrushing continues along down the entire body piece. Then you also got some more quills. They are more of a hard plastic, but they are still a separate piece, so they have a black pigment. Of course, looking at the arms, there are some spotty painting on both arms. Looking at the hands, as you can see, they are actually quite accurate to how the video game Troodon looks like. I will admit, it is kind of odd how long this index finger is compared to the, I guess, pinky finger you would say. They just, I don't know why, but one finger looks double the length as the others. I know it's to give it the look of it being curled up, but it's just not really proportionally accurate though. And looking at the legs, of course you also got some spotty painting going down the legs to the midsection of legs, and the feet have airbrush like a dark brown color, which start at like the ankle, I guess that would be, and it goes all the way down to the feet. And of course, same exact paint job on the other side. Moving on down to the tail. The tail is actually quite short, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like it should be a little bit longer and there should be some more quills running down it. But of course, just like every other tail, it has a wire inside it because it's made of rubber, and you can pose it however you want. It's pretty decent, I will say. Of course, the paint job, there is some orange airbrushing that goes almost midway, but then you got a spotty paint job which goes a little bit more than half midway. So not too bad when it comes to paint, I guess. As far as paint applications, it's not bad, but as far as accuracy, this figure, it's just not really accurate, and it's kind of hard to say things about it because it's not really accurate. So it's like, I don't know what to say about it. Of course, as for it being a Hammond collection figure, the main priority that they give this figure is of course articulation. So the jaw can open and close, head can swivel and go up and down, neck can go up and down and swivel as well, arms can go both out and in, same on both sides. Same thing with the elbows, they can go out and in, and they can obviously swivel as well. The legs, of course, can go back and forth and just a little bit in and out, as you can see. Knees can obviously rotate and swivel. The feet can rotate and swivel. Same thing with the other side. The knees can go in and out, swivel. Feet can go in and out and swivel as well. Just like every other Hammond collection figure. And of course, the tail can swivel, you can go side to side, and you can bend it to make a pose. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have too much variety of posing that you can do with it because it likes to just go back to the base pose. But overall though, as for articulation, it's not bad. It's just like every other Hammond collection figure. Okay, so when comparing this figure to the other figures that we've gotten before, as you can see, here it is to a human figure, and this guy just absolutely towers over the human figure. It is crazy how tall this. I just can't get over the fact how tall this figure is, because it's like the Troodon, especially because we've seen it with humans before. It's like it's down here at most. This guy is just huge. It's like the Dilophosaurus from the Jurassic Park novel. And funny enough about this Troodon figure, this isn't the first time that we got a Jurassic Park the game Troodon. We also got a Jurassic Park the Game Troodon in the main line. I believe that this was released in Camp Cretaceous. I could be wrong. But just like, look at the absolute like size difference between these figures. I mean, look at that. I mean, yeah, this guy's a little big as well, but like, at least he comes down to the waist. I mean, this guy's a little bit more size accurate. This one is just huge. I mean, it would be great if you're like a customizer, right? This would be a great base for like another species of dinosaur, maybe like an Orphanolestes or something. But like, as for a Troodon, it just does not work. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. But when comparing it to the original Troodon figure, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like this one is like far better than that one. Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please leave a like, I'd really appreciate that. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I'd also really appreciate it, as it would really help out this channel. But besides that, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.